Welcome to Be Live with Dani Kelly. I'm here, your host, Dani Kelly, direct from Culver City, California, at the Creative Studios, a place that is not just a studio, but a concept for your creation. And thank you so much for here at the Be Live with Dani Kelly channel on YouTube and also Instagram. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoy watch our episode today. Don't forget also to like and share our content. I would love to have your message and to know you more on your channel. Today we have this how can I say, I just met her and I see that she's very dedicated and also very talented what she does. But what kept my attention that she has some extra special talents. She likes Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I just discovered. And since I'm a good Brazilian, I need to know all about how she started her journey on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But before that, let me introduce you where we dive into stories that break barriers and ignite inspiration. Today, we are thrilled to introduce Candyce Denise, a trailblazing musician from Indianapolis, Indiana, who is redefining music by fusing classical and jazz into rap and R&B with her mesmerizing glissando notes on the clarinet. Called to music at just 2 years old, Candyce's journeys defied the norm, blending cello, violin, and piano into her artist point. She's getting up to release her self-produced single Villain and performs alongside talents like James Fox, J.J. Young, MDK, and high-profile events. As she the great niece of Bass Reeves, the first African-American U.S. Marshal and inspiration for the Lone Ranger, Candyce also excels in martial arts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as I told you guys. A survivor of abortion and suicide attempts, raising foster care, she's turned the pen into purpose, collaborated with icons like ICT and Busta Rhymes, and opening for comedians like Mark Christopher Lawrence. Get ready for a raw, dynamic, and conversation about healing through music and overcome life's thoughts battles. Thank you so much, Candice, to be here. I love your story. I want to know all about you because you are truly a survivor and also you already have this sense of what you want to pursue. Like I can tell that you have a lot of story to tell us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. And tell me, I see that you're a survivor, right? Come from Indianapolis. Tell me I believe that artists they have this strong roots of what becomes into fight for life. Is that what happened when you are 2 years old when you discover music?
I believe that I was called by God, I guess, to be here, if that makes sense. Because I was not necessarily the welcome child of the family. I learned that I survived abortion attempts through my mom, and she's 12 years older than me, so you could imagine what types of struggles would come to a person who was born into a family where their mom is a kid herself. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't really ever say that I wanted to be a musician. It's just something that has always been automatic. And it was just like God said, okay, here's music. And I started playing before I could even comprehend the life around me.
Yes, I understand that because when you have the call, I usually say it's a call, right? Mm-hmm. It's a force that moves you, and there's no explanation how you got the force to move you to the purpose. So when you have the call, people who they have no even they don't know what is the call, they cannot understand. It's not something that they can describe, but they can feel and you move by the call. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. Even now, like I look back on my life and it's mind blowing to know that I have survived and I still have my sanity and my integrity, and I didn't become, the typical statistic that would usually happen from someone who grew up with no structure, without a lot of positivity in their life. Like I could have been strung out on drugs. I could have killed myself. I could have killed other people. I could have been so many things, but yet I somehow managed to just have have something protecting me always to like deter me away, somehow, and here I am today. Like I'm of sound mind and I still have my integrity.
Do you believe there's a protection, high protection in you to let you lead you to the music? Is a high power some way how that led you, guide you through this journey?
Yeah, it's my voice. It's my voice. It's my soul. It's like breathing almost, like the blood. Music is everything that the body does for you, I guess. And I've just done my best to honor that and just really be the best person that I can, because I did have a little bit of help like from strangers along the way, but really my music is what has propelled me forward.
Yeah, and then do you believe that, because I see that your uncle is a Bass Reeves, right? Do you believe that this run the blood, on the family blood, the talent and the power also now to pursue the artistic life?
Definitely. The more that I learn about my relatives and my bloodline and like the history of where I come from, it all makes sense as to why everything was so rough and tough and like why I chose the military. Because at first I didn't want to go into the military. I wanted nothing to do with the military, and then something happened to where my perspective changed.
What happened?
And I just knew that I needed to get out. I didn't want to become anything that I had ever gone through. And I guess I deep down knew that the military was my way out, to get out by any means necessary without having to sacrifice myself, my essence, if that makes sense. And now that I'm learning about like my uncle and other family members that have gone into the military and they've made lives and careers, it just all seems to fall into place. So it's like it makes sense that I'm a fighter. It makes sense that I'm a veteran, and it makes sense that I do music and I'm so creative because it's been passed down to me through the bloodline.
The bloodline. It is amazing how you came from Indianapolis, Indiana, and came to LA, like California, and then you become a Marine. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the experience in the Marine and then the shift from Indiana to California.
Well, it was scary at first because I knew that I was already like rough and tough, but I was also humbled because in the military, sure, you can be rough and tough, but you have to learn how to control your rough and toughness, or else you'll get yourself and everyone else hurt. So I was scared at first because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really mind the yelling. I didn't care that people were in my face because I had already grown accustomed to that, like outside. I wasn't really scared of violence or fighting or anything either because I grew up shooting pistols. I grew up, stealing, robbing, pretty much all the bad things that you could think of. I was either around or I was participating in. So the hardness in that sense was not challenging for me. The challenging part was to keep the darkness inside of me at bay and use boot camp as the catalyst to inspire some sort of change for growth inside of me. So that was really the challenging part. But I mean, other than that, I loved it. I loved the obstacles. I loved the challenging aspects physically and mentally, challenging the way that you think. Everything was just like growth once I decided to look at it that way. And it just so happened that I got placed in California.
Oh, that's nice. And how do you like California? What
I
do you
love
think
it.
about California for your life, for your music industry, right? Because you're in the music industry, and I see that you play with a lot of people, important people. So, how was your first time playing on big stage?
Oh, okay. So my first time playing on a big stage happened before I got to California, but it just seems that because the military, I didn't even put California down as like my duty station. It just seems that the powers that be would have me in California because that's where I needed to be. And it's like once I got here, I just saw the palm trees and I saw the people, and it's like something clicked in my heart, and it's like, okay, this is home. Like I felt home
Yeah.
the minute I got into California, and people were nice for the most part and just very welcoming.
This is what I love about California. Everybody is very nice, smiling, always positive attitude, and there's this organic food. Of course, the puppies. It's a lot of things in California that in LA especially that's keep us here around and so comfortable and so happy to be around it, and also because you can pursue your dreams. You can go after your dreams. You have contacts, you have network, you can do events, and you can even play on in the streets, and then people gonna see you, and sooner or later a man is gonna walk by you. So this is all doors opens over here in LA. Is that right?
Absolutely. And for me, I've always felt at home being on stage. I think part of that stemmed when I was younger, because I knew that I had something to where if I was performing, people would pay attention. And so sometimes that could deter whether or not, I'm going to be hurt or abused or something. It's like when people are focusing on me playing music, I learned that I'm able to shift the energy being on stage. So therefore, the stage became my second home, and I made it a point to try to perform as much as possible.
Because that was your home. If
Exactly.
you're safe over there and comfortable over there, I totally understand what you're saying. Because the stage is a place that nobody can interfere in you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can say anything. That you own the stage. It's your time. And then when you perform over there, you have the power, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that energy you can transcend.
Yes.
I totally understand.
And I love the reaction that I get when people hear me play. I'm playing clarinet primarily right now, and that's rare and unique. And so when it catches people's ear or their eye, I can see something shift. Like it's like the light returns to their face, and then I get people saying, "I used to play clarinet." Or, people that look like us saying, "Hey, I used to play clarinet too, and I didn't know that you could make it sound like that." And so that's why I love to perform, because it like sort of ignites something in other people. So I really just like to play for other people. It's really just about making them feel things outside of themselves that maybe they don't have access to.
The exchange, the joy, the joy of to see them, that you're doing something good to them. It's beautiful. So tell me about Villain. Like, what makes the point to you come with a single?
So I started delving into singing and songwriting, and for me, Villain it's like my affirmation of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be the villain if it means that I have peace." So it's like I'm taking my own peace. I'm taking my own stand. I'm now living for me and not for the comfort of my abusers. If I end up alone, at least I have peace. And so for me, the song Villain is basically a declaration with a little bit of explaining that I don't care what people think about me anymore. And I no longer will be quiet for the comfort of my abusers. It's like I'm ready to be the bad guy. It's like, come on, label me the bad guy.
I understand that. It's a kind of you're answering, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just like you have so much in your baggage already for so many years, and that you could not express yourself, and now it's time to express yourself. Is
Absolutely,
that right?
because the pain I realized that the pain was eating me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that it doesn't even matter. Like, no one wanted me. So what difference does it make if I start sharing my story or not? Because no one ever cared about me. So why are you going to care now that I'm finally sharing or talking about my experience? Like, in your eyes, if I never existed or you never cared unless someone else started caring about me, what difference does it make that now I'm singing and I'm sharing my story? I'm learning that there are people like me that have not been fortunate to get to the places where they dream or they want to be in life because they're so weighed down by their own demons and by their own darkness, and because there aren't a lot of people, I feel like, that have gone through things like me. And so my story has to be told. Like, now that I've had this realization, my story has to be told because I am now a beacon of hope. And I'm proof that you can elevate in life no matter what you've gone through. Like, you don't have to be any of the things that you've gone through, even if people are telling you you can't do that or that's wrong or you shouldn't. I just really, I guess I believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to, regardless of what you've ever gone through. It's just you have to believe in yourself more than anyone.
100% agree with you, girl. I'm with you.
Sorry.
It's beautiful. I'm like trying not crying, but it's so beautiful. It's so inspirational because even though I hear amazing stories over here, that's why I have the podcast to give a voice, like people like you and so many others. And then I have a strong story, and I love to share stories like yours. For me, if I don't have stories like yours, why the mean to have a podcast? Because I need to give a voice like stories like yours, Candyce, and it's so beautiful. And because like you, we have tons of kids in America and the whole world going through a lot of pain. And those kids, they sometimes, most of the time, they are hopeless because there is no one to watch them, to see for them, to handle their hands for them, to give them opportunity. Because most of people say, "Oh, it's a your lost case," or they don't give a chance. And if you don't give a chance to ourselves, who is going to give a chance?
Exactly.
So you gave a chance to yourself to be happy, to overcome all the problems you have in the past. And now, on the present moment, you make it beautiful for you. And this is so beautiful. I'm so happy to meet you and bring you on the podcast. That's the mean to have a podcast, to have a voice like you, such a talent. So tell me, through the martial arts, what did you see in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? What do you like about? Because I'm Brazilian, I know how it is, a girl. And do you like it?
I love it. I discovered that I loved Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually in the military. So before, I knew that I liked Taekwondo and karate and everything like that because I saw my friends doing it, and I took like an introductory class of Taekwondo as a kid. So I already had a passion for martial arts early on, but it wasn't until I got into the Marine Corps and we're learning all these different aspects of combat and hand-to-hand and self-defense and everything, and they mix a lot of aspects of all the martial arts into one specific Marine Corps type of art. But outside of the Marine Corps, I would train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm like, wow, it's like I'm getting a release. Okay, and for me, that's like, it's therapeutic because I didn't have that growing up. So to go and learn, right? The structure and the flow, and it's not like you're just going and striking or kicking or punching and just going, it's like you're learning to connect with your mind and your body and someone else for that matter. And it's like you're going through the flow, and I don't know, I guess somehow that translates to life, and it just all so connected. Beautiful. And I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I started competing.
You compete?
I have competed. So it's like I have 5 golds, 5 silvers. a couple bronze, and then a couple no placements, because sometimes, like your head isn't always there. Like,
Girl, you okay, you compete. You have how many golds?
I have 5 and 5 silvers, and I think like 2 or 3 bronze, and then 2 or 3 no placements. And
Brazilians, did you hear that? I can't believe it. You like so normal. I have all these medals. I'm like, yeah, I compete, girl.
Well, for me, it's not really about the medals. It's really just about challenging myself. It's challenging myself and then going out there and just rolling in a way that I would like to roll sometimes in class. But I understand, like, in class, you can't just like roll really hard with everyone, because it's not the place. But like for a competition, you could just let everything out.
Yeah, so how do you feel now at this moment of your life? You're in LA, now you're talking, and when you see that in rolling your back, so many things that you have accomplished, and how powerful you are right now in your hands, and you're doing yourself. How you feel about yourself now?
Well, I've always had a sense of knowing that, I got this, like the sense of power, I guess. However, I still have a hard time, like, actually, I won't say accepting, but it's hard for me to feel the magnitude of what I've done, because for me, I don't feel like I've done enough. Like, I don't feel like I've had that aha moment to where it's like, wow, I'm really this amazing type of person. Like, I know I'm amazing. I know. But I just feel like there's always something that I can be doing to better myself. But I am proud of myself. I give myself a lot of grace. I give myself kudos, like my little mental pep talk. It's like, you're doing fine. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. Like, now I'm in a part of life where I can just really focus on my dreams. I can focus on my children. I can focus on, being of service to others when I can. And really, I'm just in a place of growth. Like, I've been so blessed to be put in this space. It's like I exist, but at the same time, I don't exist. And what that means is, because I was born into a world that tried to have me killed, essentially, because I survived abortion. And because of that, it put me in a place where it's like, I feel like I broke the chains, if you will. So it's like, now I don't have to do a 9 to 5. I don't have to do anything. And it's like, I just have a blank slate. So I'm carving my path as I go, really.
You can enjoy yourself and be yourself and discover more and grow. Now is the only time to grow. Now it's just like grow and grow and grow. I wish you all the best in the world. I wish for you all the success you deserve. Life, life it is this. Like, you have a first life, second, third life. That's how I can number my life. And then now your stage of your life, that is like you are getting all the good things of the world can give to you.
Yes.
And it's a blast, and really happy for you. And your story is amazing, and it's a life change. I would love you to share more with kids, people who need that, to hear your story. It's a gem. It is very important to share. And for our last question to end the podcast, what are your plans right now for the future?
Right now, my plans, they changed. So I was working to become a voice, actually, to start being in the rooms, standing up for children. However, my plans right now are to really just take care of my family. I have to be closer to home.
You have kids?
Right now, I do have kids. I just have to be closer to home, because we're having some moments where I'm needed more in the house than I am publicly. However, it's my goal to start showing up for the children in the foster care system, and just really becoming someone that they can look up to.
Yes.
And just performing, just living life, loving on my children, and really working to provide a solid foundation for them, because they're the future.
Yes.
And I want to instill in them things that that they're gonna need by the time they're my age. And that's really it.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Candyce Denise. And how people can find you, leave your Instagram, your contact for events, for shows, leave your contact.
So my Instagram is Candyce Denise. That's CandyceDenise_. And my email is the same, CandyceDM@gmail.com if you guys ever want to get in touch.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure to meet you. Give me your hand, girl.
Thank you.
Love and thank you so much to be here watching our amazing podcast. It's such inspirational artist, mom, and martial arts, Marine, Candyce Denise. And see you guys on the next episode. And be there with Be Live with Dani Kelly. Bye bye. Ciao.